there has been created a very huge lake, that is Nagat Lake.
Correct.
As announced by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed.
It's probably 1,000 times much bigger than Lake Geneva.
Not just as a key sector by itself, but as a driving engine of all other pillars of the economy.
They are just like hand and glove. It's one supports the other.
Ethiopia has successfully hosted a large number of regional and international conferences recently.
The competition is not easy. It's a very tough competition. You are competing from Geneva, from New York, from London.
How much significance will such grand events have in the tourism industry?
Only in the Amhara region, you can find whatever you could find in all other parts of Ethiopia.
Tourism and infrastructural development or urban development are interlinked to one another.
They love to come and spend their holidays in this area if it's well developed.
How do we evaluate this tourism potential based on your domestic and international experience?
3, 4, 5, 6 times compared to our competitors when it comes to the resources.
Hello and welcome everyone. This is Amhara Media Corporation Agenda Program. We are here in our Addis Ababa studio. Today I have a great guest for you. His name is Johannes Paulus. He has been working in the hotel tourism industry for more than 50 years. And he will be sharing us about his rich domestic and international experience in the tourism industry. Stay tuned. Well, Johannes, welcome to our Addis Ababa studio.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. It's really a pleasure to be with you here and give me the opportunity to share a little bit about my experience and my views on the hospitality industry, which was a journey for almost more than half a century.
Well, it is said that Ethiopia has huge cultural, historical, and natural tourism potential. So how do we evaluate this tourism potential based on your domestic and international experience?
Compared to all of our competitors, with regard to the assets that we have towards unique, attractive points for tourism. God has given us the natural resources, the forests, the lakes, mountains. Unfortunately, we have not used all of them up to its maximum potential. So there is a lot to be discovered, there is a lot to be done. When we talk about tourism, to start with, tourism should be divided and seen from two different prospects. There is the international tourism and there is the domestic tourism. From what I have seen so far, the focus is on the international tourism, which is good because the international tourism brings us foreign currency and foreign dollars in income, and that's much needed. However, the domestic tourism is trying to promote the Ethiopians to go and visit our culture, our historical roots and different parts of Ethiopia, that they would know it, understand it, and then be familiarized with the great Ethiopia. We have blessed with a population of more than 100 million people. It's not a small number for tourism. Granted and understand the 100 million are not or cannot afford to be considered as potential tourists. But the great number of that are capable or can be generating the tourism industry and work on that. So the tourism industry by itself can be promoted to the extent that at least the 10% population of Ethiopia can help bringing up the economic sector towards tourism. Ethiopia has almost 3, 4, 5, 6 times compared to our competitors when it comes to the resources that are available, that could be available to our tourists. But most of them have not yet been exposed. I don't think we are doing enough advertising. The advertising campaign is not enough to disseminate what we have over a very range of destinations. The trends so far are very good. The signs are very good. There is an increase in the number of tourisms that are coming up, which is very encouraging, and I believe we should continue towards that. The more tourism comes means the more the hospitality industry starts work, because in hospitality and hotels and tourism are one and the same. You can't separate them. One helps the other. A success of one is a success for the other. Particularly in the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, there has been a big focus to boost the industry, and there are good signs that this has been going on. That by itself is not enough. We should be able also to see a little bit further than that.
As a man working in the hotel tourism industry for the last 50 years, how much have you traveled to different parts of Ethiopia, and how much have you acquired the various cultural, historical, and natural tourism potentials of the country? Let's focus our potential.
I was born in Balegoba.
Good.
Now, Balegoba by itself is a very rich, much favorable for agriculture. In fact, one of the best coffees are coming from them, the Bale. The Bale Mountains are the highest points, I think, next to Dashin Mountains. That by itself is a big attraction. From Bale, I went to school to Yirgalem, which is used to be the capital city of Sidama. That's where I studied all my elementary and high school. Sidama has a lot to do in terms of agriculture. The coffee plantation, the banana plantation, the gold mines of Adola, then the desert area down to Borona. All these are historical, all these are attractive places that tourism can be developed for its different sectors. Later on, I had also gone to Woldia, and mostly I drive. I prefer to drive rather than flying. So to go to Woldia means you are crossing a lot of area, like Debre Burhan, Debre Sina, the desert parts and the hot places, all those things are there. That gives you a huge view of the country. You pass through Hike. Recently, there is a good resort that has been opened in Hike, for example. Now, Hike is excellent place that could be developed for tourism. And then going down to the southern part like Awasa, this is another heaven with the climate, with a good designed city and so on. I have been to Bahar Dar. Bahar Dar can be converted to be like the Florida of Ethiopia, with its lake, with its beauty. And it's not yet touched. It's still a lot to be done. It's not yet destroyed. I hope it will be kept as it is for a longer period of time. I have gone to Gondar. I have gone to Debre Marcos. So I have seen quite a few of them. And that gives me, assures me that I can bravely say we have the best of the best tourism attraction points, focal points, and unique selling points we have.
Great. If you have been to the Amhara region, I would like you to say a little bit more about the region's tourism potential.
Oh, wonderful. I love that. 2-3 years ago, probably, the Debre Marcos University And the tourism office there organized a workshop to find out how to boost the tourism industry towards that region. And I was invited there because the tourism by itself is not enough. Tourism has to be joined up with the hospitality, with hotel and service. All this has to come together uniformly. So I was there, and I was happy to hear that there, even in the Eastern Gojam region only, the Minister of the Tourism Office presented to us, there are more than 300 different kinds of tourism attraction points. Starting from Choke Mountain, following the different streams that come through that, which joins the Nile River. The weather condition from that cold weather up the mountain, which goes down all the way to the south. The different type of church which have been there for centuries. The monasteries which have been there for centuries. The castles which were there for centuries. These are heritage. Only in the Amhara region you can find whatever you could find in all other parts of Ethiopia. Yes, it's not easily accessible. The roads has to be done. The accommodation places has to be improved. The recreational areas has to be improved. While driving on the road, there should be some rest places. You know, those kind of still yet to come. So the potential is a lot. Probably there should be a program in the Amhara media, maybe once a week or something like that, a certain program to promote all what it has, so that the rest could be aware. You know?
Well, then, how much interrelated are the tourism or the hotel tourism industry and other segments of tourism in your experience?
The hotel industry is like the thermometer to measure the economic situation of a country. Because when the hotel is working, it would need a lot of things. And those activates all the other sector of the industry. It starts from the building. When you build the hotel, you need construction. So the construction sector will revive and will pick up. Once the construction is finished, then you come the employment. The employment also picks up. To have that employment, the educational system picks up because you need educated, trained employees. So the educational center will pick up. And when the guests started to come, you need the food, the drinks. So the agricultural sector starts to pick up. So when the agriculture picks up, it means the farmers are getting, selling their products. So it involves all other sectors. It's a measurement to check on that one. So once that is working, it means the tourism is working. And when the tourism is working, it tells you that the hotel industry is working. There is sort of a rule of thumb, when hotels start to reach a 75% occupancy and above, that triggers that there is a need to build more hotels. And with that means if didn't reach that level of occupancy, then the tourism industry is still, it needs to be worked out on it. So the tourism industry, therefore, and the hotel industry, they are just like hand and glove. It's one supports the other. A growth on one means a growth on the other one.
Well, dear viewers, you are watching Amhara Media Corporation here from our Addis Ababa studio. My guest today is Ato Yohannes Paulus, a man with a rich experience of more than 50 years in the hotel tourism industry. He is sharing us his domestic and international experience in that regard. Stay with us. Well, to be honest, these days the government has given a significant attention or focus to the tourism industry, not just as a key sector by itself, but as a driving engine of all other pillars of the economy. So, how much significant do you think it is to or for the growth and development of the country?
Yes, recently we have seen a big emphasis to promote tourism in different sector of Addis Ababa and its surroundings and different region of Ethiopia. This is a very good strategy, a very good sign to boost the economic growth of the entire Ethiopian activities to the maximum possible. The government by itself cannot do all. So the private sector has also to join the government in order to boost and bring up this tourism and hospitality industry and gain the maximum possible income out of it, both locally and internationally. The private sector also needs some sort of encouragement, some sort of support, because most of the tourist attraction destinations are in the remote places. So the private sector will not just jump in and go there and start their adventure. They need a support at the maximum possible in order to help them and start up. That could be in different models: free land, duty free for importation of the hotel equipments and machineries and accessories, a tax relief probably for the first 5 years, 10 years, no income tax. Things like this has to be done. The government has to see further, down in the line, like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years to come. And for that, there should not be there should be a sacrifice on the income that the government is expecting to get now. That has to be sacrificed and should begin at a long range progress. The hotel industry is not like import-export. In import-export, at times when the goods have not yet reached Djibouti port, the goods are sold, the profit is made. In the hospitality industry, it's not. You have to build the hotel. It takes about 2-3 years to build it. Then you have to promote. Then it has to be known. And then only the tourism start to come in. So up to that time, there is a waiting period. And that waiting period is not easy. It's tough. It's tough. So that's where the government comes to help out, to do what to do during that modality.
So you mean tourism and infrastructural development or urban development are interlinked to one another. Ethiopia has inaugurated the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam recently, and there has been created a very huge lake, that is Nagat Lake,
correct,
as announced by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed.
Yeah.
And that is a very huge lake covering more than 240 kilometers. What significance do you think it will have for the tourism industry?
Wonderful. Let me give an example. In Europe, there is a small country called Switzerland. In Switzerland, there is a lake, Lake Geneva. Probably Lake Geneva would be half the size of Lake Tana. It's very small. The tourism industry, which goes to Switzerland to pass the time in this Lake Geneva and climb the mountains around the area, is close to more than 50 million tourists are going there. This dam which is about 250 kilometers long, is probably 1,000 times much bigger than Lake Geneva. So you can imagine now the potential of developing all that and making it a heaven on earth on 365 days. Geneva, because of the climatic situation, the winter is so cold, so the winter, almost 6 months, the lake is frozen. Whereas here, 365 days, we have the sun. 365 days, it can be used. So many things can be done there. You can have the whole surroundings can be a resort area, bungalows, beachside events. A certain sector can be even allocated for high-end residential areas. People who are in Europe who have money can buy or can rent those villas for a month or 2 months. Or they could even buy it themselves. We don't even have to go up to Europe. Next door, the Gulf area, the Dubai, the Kuwait, and all these regions, which is 4 hours away from us, they love to come and spend their holidays in this area if it's well developed. The second thing is different type of fish can be put there from different parts. That by itself would not only be good enough to feed the whole of Ethiopia, but even could be used for export, because the freshwater fish is very much liked.
Ethiopia has recently celebrated grand cultural and religious festivals like Tsimkat and Ganna. So how much significance will such grand events have in the tourism industry as your experience?
Wow. Let me give you a comparison. Mecca, once or twice a year, the pilgrimage comes from all over the world, and that are in millions and millions and millions. St. Peter Cathedral in Rome is another destination for the Catholic religion, where millions and billions of people are also going there. And this Tsimkat and Ganna, they are Christian holidays who are celebrated by all Christians. And there are quite a lot of Orthodox Christians all over the world. I don't think there is sufficient publicity, sufficient advertising is being done to try and bring all Orthodox Christians to come over and participate on this. It's unique. Ours is really unique because it goes as far back historically. It's not that much changed from the old tradition. And that is something that it is, whatever is being seen now has been liked a lot. And quite a lot could come. As a matter of fact, I don't know, maybe if there was some sort of a get-together of all Orthodox churches all over the world, if they could come and have some congregation, some meeting here and services to be done once a year or twice a year, that by itself actually is a huge potential and could have the success to come over there.
One tourism segment that the country or the government currently focused on is conference tourism.
Yeah.
So Ethiopia has successfully hosted a large number of regional and international conferences recently. So how do you evaluate this significance in the tourism industry and for the country's development as well?
Yeah. From the tourism, if we break it, it has so many so many sectors or sections. There is tourism for pleasure, tourism for sport, tourism for religious sections, tourism for medical. There is then what we call tourism for MICE. Participants are not worried about their budget. They are not worried about their finance. All what they need is perfection, efficiency, up to date. That's what they need. And for that, they are prepared to pay whatever they are asked. The competition is not easy. It's a very, very tough competition. You are competing from Geneva, from New York, from London, from Singapore. These are the places we are competing if we go for MICE. So we have to prepare our infrastructure to have all of that. Thanks God, we just have now an additional facility in Addis Ababa, a meeting place. And should it only be in Addis? No, it should go to other regions. Like the Amhara region, for example, should be able to create a convention center as big as what is needed in order to attract and generate and probably even relieve the beating from Addis to go over there. So those are the type of things that I think it should be focused on, and that is the best market of the tourism, where the country has to concentrate and focus. Yes, the trends are okay. Since the last 2 years, there are new government organizations are coming, international organizations are coming, but when they come is what, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? It should be more than that. And the potential is there to get it as much as possible, to grow it to the maximum.
Well, Ato Yohannes, I am very much glad having you here in our Addis Ababa studio.
Thank you very much, and thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, and congratulations. It's a very good program, media you have. Keep on doing what you have done so far, and thanks a lot.
Well, dear viewers, you have been watching Amhara Media Corporation here from our Addis Ababa studio. I hope you have enjoyed staying with our guest, sharing his rich experience in the tourism industry. And that brings us to the end. Thanks for your time, and peace be with you wherever you are. Goodbye for now.